Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Brotato, the Horde Survival Action Roguelike. It's up, but modded, though, because we're going to be checking out the Hephaestus mod here once again. Adds a bunch of characters, items, and weapons to the game, and today we're also using GMO to start with one of those weapons, combining the glitched with loud. And also, that is going to be a legendary. And also, I have modded loud in an interesting way here. I basically took the passive from the knight that makes it so you can only have tier 2 weapons or above, and I just slapped it on loud because I couldn't combine 3 characters. So I'll explain why, but let's get into what I want to see here today, what the plan for the day is. We have the GNL, which is a new legendary item, weapon, that's been added in Hephaestus. It's kind of crazy, but it's very, very slow. It is a huge explosive weapon that scales off of a lot of range damage, and also on your level. It also increases the amount of enemies and increases the map size. So truly, we've got a lot of wild stuff going on here. More or less, I just thought that it might be fun to play with the loud and go for like rocket launchers and stuff like that. Hence why I added the knight's passive to loud here. I thought it might be an interesting thing, because I've always kind of wanted to do just like tons of enemies, but lots of explosions run. Will this end up being like a particularly challenging run? I'm not so sure that it will. However, I am very curious to see what we can do here. I am going to be looking for a rocket launcher, and I'm willing to roll a lot to find it here. Because we're tagged for explosive, because this is an explosive legendary. And I kind of just want to see lots of big kabooms, you know? The goal mostly being, how many enemies can I kill in one single shot? Sort of being the plan. Is there a way for me to track it specifically? No. But I think we will know when we've got what we want, right? I mean, look at that. It's kind of crazy. I am going to want to go for attack speed more than almost anything, but it's just really not showing up. Harvesting's not bad to offset the fact that the loud loses 3 harvesting every wave. You know, just thinking about the econ potential of that, what we're losing by having that happen. I will take it just because over the course of the run that will add up. It is the wave 3 shop here. Grab a weird ghost. Wave 3 shop here, which means that we are more likely to find weapons that we have, and obviously it's not going to be the legendary. We're not going to find our legendary weapon in the shop here. I will say, if I can find another one, will I take it? Yeah. It has its own kind of weird, unique downsides to it, of course. We're going to be losing a whole lot of health if we do that. That's just par for the course on legendary tagged weapons. Oop. You know, 2 legendary weapons, you get minus 20 max HP, 3 minus 40, so on and so forth. All right, finally. Attack speed is going to be what we want probably sort of the most. I'll keep on taking crit chance, I guess. Plant sounds nice. We'll get the gentle alien and all that jazz as well. But yeah, thinking about just getting explosion size up with this weapon is really exciting, because look how big the explosion already is. So increasing it by a percentage means I might be hitting like the entire screen at once with this son of a gun by the end of the run if we get the right stuff. And we did already play with the Artificer recently, so this is my different take on the same kind of vibe. All right. Just by having 6 weapons, we get the 25% size increase on it. Yeah, it's fine. Balance that out a little bit. Instead of re-rolling, I'll get the gentle alien. A rocket launcher. Do we need a lumberjack shirt? Probably not. But let's just get it out of the pool for 25 bucks. And, you know, maybe a rocket launcher doesn't kill a tree. And now we never have to worry about it. Bare minimum. But the question is, like, do I think this is going to be a difficult run? No. Starting with a legendary is obviously strong, but I will say the longer the run goes on, the less the fact that we started with a legendary matters, because higher the chance is that we would have found one anyways. But truthfully, yes, I think it'll be a pretty darn easy run, though there are some unique downsides about having such slow weapons with a lot of enemies coming your way. Sure, I'll get the mushroom. And that is just the fact that, you know, they're so freaking slow. Tractor sounds like a nice call. You know, we might be able to start to offset, you know, the harvesting penalty soon, which would be kind of nice. Or at the very least, it's not going to be screwing us over that much. Get a Scar. But I don't know. I want to showcase these legendary weapons, and I don't want to just be like, all right, and here's another run of me using it on one-armed, you know? I don't want to just be doing that. And this sounds fun. I really think there's a shot we could, like, kill 100 enemies at once if we, like, get really, really lucky with items. And therefore, that sounds fun. I think, like, what kind of things would we be looking for mostly here at this point? I think piercing would be hilarious. Especially since it looks like this legendary actually has a homing rocket, which is really nice. Range damage is good, and I do want some. But getting a bunch of attack speed is really helpful. Sure. Sure. Harvesting minus melee, I guess so. Do these all have 2x crit? They all have 2x crit. Insanity sounds good. Insanity is basically just like, are you on a character who needs crits for some specific reason, or does your weapon have a 2x crit ratio? And if it does, you probably should just grab it. You know, if you get like tentacle and stuff coming in the future, or, you know, God forbid we get a hunting trophy today with the amount of enemies showing up, I'd be very sad to have not gone for a crit build the second that stuff shows up. Okay. Normally, explosion weapons kind of have a problem with single target. I would not say that we definitely won't have that problem today as well. This big explosion weapon is obviously crazy damage, but it still is quite slow for that that purpose. Could be better. Whatever, fine. 7% crit. Getting there. Cyclops, sure. Brun's badge. I'm going to say no. Get a gentle alien. Get another gentle alien. Get another... No, we don't get another gentle alien. But yeah, lots and lots of enemies. We've got our free 25% explosion size. You can see just how big it is. It is gnarly. I also love seeing these rockets miss. Hold on, hold on. It just did a loop, and before it hit that guy up there. Can't help but love it. But, yep, is freaking strong. Do I want to mod in free wins? Nah. But boy, I do like that I get to see what this looks like. Ooh, boy. More speed? I'll take 9 speed, yeah. 8% damage, sure. Ugly Tooth is basically like a, do we want to have an easier time on bosses? Pumpkin I'm taking on Prospect. Ugh, 2 on Prospect is not very good, though. If Sharp Bullet ever shows up here, my oh my, am I going to be a happy guy. Man, Rocket Launcher gets so much better at purple tier. I feel like that's just the other thing is, this is kind of experimenting seeing what if Knight could play Rocket Launcher. Ooh. And it's really fun to see. Because Knight cannot equip ranged weapons. You know? Knight just can't do that. So this is like, what if you had really, really good rocket launcher RNG in the shop? Like, you know, the fact that we can't get the commons, therefore nothing is stopping us from finding the rocket launchers as easily, is huge. Whoop. But I don't know if anybody has any other ideas for, like, because obviously GMO exists. I couldn't combine 3 characters together. That's why I had to do this here. And also, you know, Knight kind of ruins the ranged build by not being able to grab ranged weapons. Get the crit chance here first. Finally get some ranged damage. Take a 12 max HP. Wheelbarrow just kind of offsetting some stuff. One day it'll show up. Hoodie. It's really bad right now. I'm gonna take it though. You don't not take it. You don't roll past it. It sucks right now. I have no dodge, so obviously it's just terrible. But now I'm going to care about dodge. And we're going to be firing about 1 million rockets per second. The attack speed upgrade from the blue to purple rocket launchers it's astronomical. Like, it's huge. We have 85% attack speed up, which is good. But the reason it feels like we're attacking so much faster is the shift of the blues into the purples. Like, the blue tier weapons upgrade so much better than just like a common item that goes from blue to purple, which is interesting. Oh man. Yeah, the legendary rocket launcher here is certainly carrying. I'm definitely noticing, like, it's not that anything is getting particularly hard right now, but there is more room. More room for them to ruin my life. Okay. Can I get some dodge? Spicy sauce isn't bad. I just don't care. Bye-bye, range. What's my range look like? Not good. All right, so here we go. This is where we're going to put to the test rocket launchers being bad against bosses, like normally. Yeah. Yeah, the big fancy legendary kind of says, don't worry about that, sweetie. I'm going to do 730 damage on a crit, and you're not even stacking range damage. Like, I have 6. We'll get more, don't get me wrong. But the attack speed was more important. If I knew we were going to be getting the hoodie, I probably wouldn't have tunneled attack speed as hard early. But it's still going to be fun. Attack speed on loud is a really important stat. You need to make sure you spread that DPS to as many units as possible. Okay. Nah. Dodge now. Blat! Fine. If you're just gonna keep doing that, fine. Explosion size, experience gain, 2 engineering. I just don't care about it. It's not enough. The stats. That's a good one. Enemies up and dodge. Wings will be nice to fix kind of my range issue. We have how many enemies up right now? 105% up. So twice as many enemies. 100 times as many enemies. No, that's not how it works. Whoop. Yeah, 14 attack speed from 7 dodges. Quite nice. Dodge cap, being at dodge cap, putting you at 120 attack speed up it's just nuts. The hoodie's so good. It's so good. Cool. Ow. All right. A free win every once in a while sure does feel nice. But, yeah. I brought it up earlier. Bring it up again. Just to put into perspective what I can do easily and what I'm asking when I say, if you have any ideas for... Okay, another pumpkin doesn't make any sense. Unless... Is the base piercing on this minus 50? If it is, then this is good if and only if we happen to find... Oh my god, there's so much armor. If and only if we find the sharp... What is this? What is this? There's too many pumpkins. There's sharp bullet, though. There's the sharp bullet. So what is your piercing damage? Minus 0, minus 10. That's fine. We don't need to buy another pumpkin at this point. That's... I'd say it's a waste. Good, good, good. What do we got for this? Doing about twice as much damage, half as quickly? I don't know. It's not that crazy. That being said, we also have not grabbed that much ranged damage yet. So, yeah, piercing is going to take this from really good to even dumber. The fact that this legendary weapon has homing is really, really good with it. Yep, I'm going to need more enemies. We just went from this run was easy to this run is unlosably easy. Like, even if if you want to die, you can die in Brotato pretty easily. But more or less, I would have to try really hard to get killed. Before it was like, if I just didn't play well for like a little bit, it's Brotato, you can die. Now, I really, really have to go out of my way to die. It's like so much AoE clear, and my single target damage ain't too shabby either. More enemies, yes. Yep. At this point, I am looking for mostly ranged damage. Take the dodge though, because it's a double whammy, you know, like you get two for one there. I give up on the pumpkin, man. Like, I don't know what's going on there. But I don't like it. All right. Okay. Easy stuff. Good, good, good. Could be a standstill kill build day, for sure. Smack him silly, smack him silly. Ooh, mama. I mean, I want plastic explosive, I guess. That's like that's a thing I'm into today. Wouldn't mind a little bit of that. But these kabooms are quite large. I'll take a landmines. It's a kaboom thing. All right, give me ranged damage. Give me ranged damage. There you go. Thank you. Dodge attack speed. I feel like I might have passed one of those already. Even more enemies. Thank you. Stupid. So stupid. I am going to... here's my big warning. For about 10 seconds, I'm going to turn on explosion size up. Or explosion size on, you know, like the little flashing. So keep that in mind. I'm about to turn it on. And here we go. How bad is it? It's pretty rough. It's not as bad as I would think. But boy, it is distracting indeed. If I got another one of the big ones. Okay, it's off now. Get another one of the big boys. It would be absolutely eye-shredding. The sound of a rapid attacking goes down to 0.35 here on 188 attack speed. I mean, we got a lot of dodge. The early hoodie, man. That early hoodie, man. Wow, wow, wow. Grinds on 15. I'll take it. 8% damage. I'll take the crit. Olenki mantle. I'll buy a metal plate. I'll buy a butterfly. More attack speed for kicks and wiggles. Bait set. Tomatoes a dumb idea. Tentacle is a funny idea. Minus dodge here. We could. Chameleon. I mean, I could. Whew. Whew, mama. So why is our... I mean, how much experience up do we have? We have 100% experience gain up. That explains it. I was like, how... Why is this happening? That we are so high level. We have 128 harvesting as well at this point. I took some harvesting stuff early to offset the loud business, but Olenki's mantle is just... Dude, it's a modded item. And it's... if it was in the base game, people would not be saying that Retribution's hoodie is the best YouTuber shoutout item. If Olenki's mantle is in the base game, it's a must take on every character that can gain harvesting. And it'd be a must take on, you know, it's a good idea to take on characters that have harvesting penalties, but still want like elemental damage or something. Sure, sure. Nah. Sure. Range damage, yes. You know what? Screw it, rip and tear. Oh, baby, oh, baby. There's another one of them. I can't see! The explosion size! How much elemental do I have? -5. So if I got the explosion... Or no, that was based on range. Oh, I have minus range. So if I get the Sauron's Eye looking item, I wouldn't even be able to get an explosion size up out of it. I would take it and then buy a bunch of range afterwards. Zoop. Is this an impressive run? No. Is it a cool looking run? Yes. It is fun to see this explosive in action. I like the slightly bigger map. You know, I like getting even more enemies than we were already getting. All of that, quite silly. What do we have for crits, by the way? 72%? Sounds about right. The fact that the damage scales up on... Ooh. That's worth it. More trees, more crits. More percentage damage. Whoop. There's 20 HP down just like that. Anvil makes almost no sense. Explosive shells makes a lot of sense. Improved tools. I don't think I have any stuff that would benefit from that. Bean teacher. +1 armor for every -2 elemental you have. I mean, this is actually nice. I have quite a bit of minus. So So yeah, getting a second one, we have minus 20 max HP just like that. That's not going to be something I care about. Having a second one is just... Yup. Yup, that's the dream, baby. Get 6. Fine. All right. The Loud is such a fun character. Like, as broken as the start we have is, it's just like Loud can do some dumb stuff. If you start scaling well with Loud, it's such a broken character. It's a rich get richer class, and this run was obviously rich from the start. Like, there's nothing, again, there's nothing impressive about this run from my side of things here. But I think that's all right to have one of those every once in a while. More enemies, more percent damage, more crit. Triangle of power, I'll take it. Range up, I'll take it. Mouse, I'll take it. What are we at, by the way? 180. This has a -0 drop-off on bounce. That's interesting. It's like, this just got even dumber then. It has 0 drop-off on bounce. It pierces and bounces and explodes and fills in the blank. Whoop. Could we die at this point? Like, I'm going to try and run towards enemies. We have 21 armor on top of everything. I'm going to run towards enemies to see if we could die. On top of the fact that we are dodge... Okay. Sorry. I'm wrong. We're not dodge capped. We are one off. I'm so sorry for lying. I don't want to say we're dodge capped because of all the actuallys, you know? Actually, you are not at dodge cap. Dodge cap is 1 higher. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for implying. Yeah, I'll take a glass cannon. Get the percentage damage. I guess I'll just grab the health. Tentacle for sure. Gentle alien. What are we at for that? 10. Hey, we got max gentle aliens. It's only 10%. Coupon. Cursed Dice actually pays for itself here if I don't care about the luck, which I'm going to say I don't. Come on, game. You stopped giving me pumpkins. What are you doing? Oh, explosion size for every different tier 1 item you have? Give me a different tier item. Ah. Game stopped giving me pumpkins. It gave me like 1,000 pumpkins. I don't need pumpkins, to be clear. I don't need or want pumpkins, but the fact that they didn't give them to me. Yeah. Was that strong? Yup. Did anyone expect anything less than that? No. I did think that I would have a little bit of a tougher time, kind of like in the around wave 8 and 9 than I did. And for what it's worth, to my defense, it was the hardest part of the run. That's not saying much, but it was the hardest part of the run. When you know, kind of like wave 10-ish. 10, well, yeah, more like 10, 11. Past post 9, when there's, you know, a lot of enemies, 10 especially, I thought would be a little bit spooky with slow stuff. But I think by the time we hit wave 10, we were kind of floating around the 80 attack speed range anyway, so it wasn't relevant. On top of the fact that this is obviously broken. It's a legendary weapon for a reason, but is it so much better than Rocket Launcher at Legendary? Not necessarily. It's not so much better, because is a 0.7 cooldown versus a 0.28 cooldown to do a bit more than 2 times damage? It takes more than twice as long to do a bit more than twice as much damage. So that's not that big of a deal. It's the fact that the explosion radius is huge. Obviously, the big kind of caveat there being the 250% range damage scaling. It would be a big deal if we leaned into that further. But we just didn't get a ton of it. And that's all right. Alas, that was broken, obviously. Fun to watch, though. Fun, like, from my perspective, because I didn't say fun to play. I felt like I was watching, too. Let me tell you. I felt like I was watching, too. Fun to watch on my end. If you have any suggestions for a little, like, kind of custom, mash them together characters that you want to see, let me know. I know that GMO exists, but sometimes you don't want the entirety of a character added to another one. I can very easily just be like, I can copy the, shops always sell at least one weapon, or all your weapons are destroyed. Like, I can copy just that effect onto somebody else, for example, positive or negative, really, really, really easily. So if you have any suggestions for that, that's not just a full sale, like, GMO combined, let me know in a comment down below, and maybe I'll do it over the course of the next week here. Thank you for watching. Check out the channel for roguelikes and more every single day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.